Oh my god. Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Joemain. I'm Joe, your host of the Joemain. Hey, on today's show, gonna be kind of a quick one because I'm doing a couple of them this week. We're gonna talk about the little mini Vader kid in the Volkswagen commercial that aired during the Super Bowl and what sort of a scandal that's gonna turn out to be. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna go over Verizon's new 4G voice service that they have planned, and I can't hear anything in my left ear. Awesome. It sucks. So let's go ahead and get right into it, shall we? Verizon! Verizon announced today, yes, actually today, actual current news. Verizon announced today they're going to be trying to push voice over their LTE network, and this is what I feel is the first step towards unifying and converging all of these different technologies, especially with the iPhone. You know how I like to talk about iDevices. They're going to be unifying the technology in that both AT&T and Verizon will allow voice service over LTE networks, which work exactly the same. And actually, you'll be able to use one device on both networks. Hey, guess what else we found out, kids, about the new Verizon iPhone that releases tomorrow! Yeah, I'm not actually that excited. What I am excited about though is Apple, the little tiny itty bitty chipset that goes inside the Verizon iPhone. Well, guess what? It supports both GSM and CDMA. So Verizon can make it a world phone, so it works in other countries just like AT&T's does. La-di-da-di, we like to party. In other news, little boy played a part as a mini Darth Vader in a Volkswagen commercial which aired during the Volkswagen. Which aired during the Super Bowl. Very cute commercial. It's a mini little story about how, you know, the kid's dad makes his dream come true of having the Force and being able to do shit. Here's the scandalous part. The little boy has never seen Star Wars. Yeah, I know a bunch of you Star Wars nerds are flipping the hell out right now. While being interviewed on CNN, he was shown a picture of Luke Skywalker and C-3PO and did not know who they were. I'm more of a Star Trek guy than Star Wars, but I can appreciate the franchise. It's definitely cool, definitely neat universe, but you know, whatever. We'll see how long it is before he ends up in a Disney show or a Nickelodeon show. So, another really big, super important news. Egypt. Need I say more? I shouldn't have to explain to any of you what's going on right now. Apparently, the people in Egypt really want President Mubarak out. It is thought that 1 out of every 7 people in the entire population of Egypt is now protesting. That is a lot of people. Protests all over the place asking for him to get the fuck out. President Mubarak said something along the lines that he wasn't going to run for president in the elections 7 months from now. And the people said, well, that sounds good, but how about you go fuck yourself? Which sounds like a better plan. The unrest has gotten so crazy the Egyptian police has actually shot protesters. I believe in total 297 people have been killed in these protests. I'm not exactly sure what ratio between protesters and the government officials has been, but that's 297 people too many. You gotta hand it to the Egyptian people and their creativity. Some of you may have seen pictures of this man. We shall affectionately call him the bread warrior. Here's a guy swinging French bread at a police officer. Awesome. People of Egypt, my heart goes out to you. You're in my thoughts. I support what you're doing, and please try to stay alive and don't take the lives of others. So the other news, AOL, America Online, the company that dominated dial-up for many years and to some degree, I guess, still do. I don't know. If any of you have dial-up, you're probably not watching this. AOL bought Huffington Post for $315 million. There's 2 things wrong with this. First off, if AOL bought Huffington Post, why is there still an AOL? AOL is completely worthless and useless in today's internet age. Secondly, one of the things people love about the Huffington Post, especially in this country, is the fact that the Huffington Post seems to be a very independent and very free-thinking media outlet. It's not considered the big media that people tend to shy away from, like CNN, Fox News, and C-SPAN, and MSNBC, and all those other, you know, big media conglomerates. But now Huffington Post being bought by AOL seems sort of contradictory to that, so I don't really know what to think. On the other hand, Huffington Post, known to be a very liberal media outlet, very independent, can now actually gain a lot more credibility and financial backing by the AOL purchase. We'll just have to see how it goes. Okay, let's check it out. The new Mission Impossible movie called Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol will be starring, of course, Tom Cruise, but adding in a new flavor called Jeremy Renner, who some say Tom Cruise may be handing off the franchise to Jeremy Renner, adding a whole new facet to the whole IMF antics and adventure and allowing the franchise to remain fresh and good to go. I'm pretty excited about it. Been a fan of the Mission Impossible franchise, and Tom Cruise has done a pretty good job in all of them. As an actor, I like him. As a person, I think he's a fucktard. We'll just see what happens there. That being said, today is Joemain 1 of 2 for the week. Friday, I'm going to have some guests who are going to be in the studio with me, and we're going to have a small discussion on iOS versus Android platform. One of my guests, a guy named Paul, very good friend of mine, who will be taking the side of Android. He's also a former iPhone 4 user, so his perspective is very unique in that he's explored both platforms. He's also an Android modder, so he'll be talking about some of the customizations he's done to his Android device and why he thinks Android is better than iOS. Also, we'll be having a mystery guest, somebody known more affectionately as the wildest MC in Baltimore. This person, a very good friend of mine, and she will be here joining us in the studio as well. So we look forward to seeing you all then, and until next time, something, you know, I don't know, do whatever the fuck you want. You got till Friday, so just screw off, you know, until the next one comes out, and then I'll see you. Just, you know what? Fuck, fine, bye. God, shit.